Welcome to the In My Opinion show. I'm your host, Henry Hatter. This show is brought to you by talkradio.com. And we have an excellent show today, and I know that you will really enjoy this show. We have a proud dad and three of his daughters here to provide an excellent show today. And so I'm going to say welcome, Mr. Ishmael.
Thank you, sir.
And to the girls, I have Jaren.
Hello.
Jaren, thank you.
How are you?
Jashana
Hello.
and Janelle.
Hello.
And they're going to provide for you a show the likes of which you've never seen before. And as you recall, a couple of years ago, we began this process, and we had a young man from Clio who played Bach and Mozart and other great classical musicians. And we had Joshua, who talked about the tsunami. We had three excellent pieces of talent. But today you will see talent unlike none you've seen before. That's equal. These girls are second best to nobody. So I'm going to welcome you again. And why don't we start out so that our audience can get a kind of a sense of the text that we'll be talking about so that they can follow the line of thinking that you will be providing for them.
Well, these are my daughters, titled The Ishmael Sisters. They've been singing since April of 2007. I have been doing a nonprofit service in the community for the past 8 years, providing free music lessons to the youth of Genesee County. So I decided to use my daughters as the example of how far children can achieve in such a short period of time in music. So I take them just about everywhere they're invited to show kids the example of the excellence of what can be done through music.
We thank you and we compliment you, Mr. Ishmael.
Oh, thank you.
And they will be a model for many, many kids who are watching this show tonight, and many parents.
Thank
and
you.
many people who would love to have those kids as their own,
Oh,
like
wow.
I would, for example. You may start a selection, sir, if you like.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. We would like to sing for you today. I'm Jarena, 12.
Jashana, 10.
And I'm Janelle, 9.
And we are the Ishmael sisters. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let a rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me, as he died to make man holy. Let us live to make man free while God is marching on. Oh, thus beautiful and free man shall stand between the loved homes and the walls desolation, blessed with victory and peace. May the heaven rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just. And this be our motto: in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I could not help that. Please forgive me. I'm supposed to be the host, mild mannered. But you know, Mr. Ishmael, I would have guessed if I hadn't seen these kids sing that, I would have thought that this was a much more mature group that was singing that. Those high notes, those melodious voices. I think when I hear the girls sing, I often think about the kids who sang for the Pope about 1000 BC in Rome. You know,
Wow.
all they had boys that did the voices.
Yes, sir.
Before their voices changed.
Yes.
They had these great melodious voices, and listening to these girls, I am so impressed. I've never been impressed more by young people than I have these voices here.
Wow.
And I've heard some good voices, and this is all a cappella. This is real talent.
Thank you, sir.
They sing like the Greek gods, if you will.
Me and my wife, we hear it every single night while they're up practicing and singing along with the radio and everything. We hear it behind our heads in the car the whole night, so we hear it often. And it's more the common thing that we hear from people that when they hear them. If I never would have saw them, I thought it was three grown women or a full choir up there. In our little house, we hear it shaking the windows sometimes, especially the soprano.
Now, you're going to get a lot of feedback from Flint Talk Radio. You're
Wow.
probably getting some back now, and I don't know. You're going to get some feedback from the audience out there
Okay.
that watches this from, in my opinion, not
Beautiful.
only from the city of Flint, but from the surrounding community, like the gentleman from Montrose, and I hear them from Grand Blanc and all over the area.
Wow.
Just by we get a lot of feedback on you guys, and people are going to be asking who you are and wanting to adopt you if they could. And,
No.
now, Mr. Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
now you must have had a musical background yourself. You must be very talented. You must know a lot about the pedagogy of music, the thing
Well.
that makes music work, the parts of music. Because I hear these melodious voices here. I don't know what parts they're singing. You said that the center one was, I'm sorry.
Soprano.
The
Shoshana.
soprano.
Yes.
Shoshana. Excellent voices. Now, could you name the pieces of music that each one is singing?
They will name them.
Okay.
Like the songs that we sing, or just like spirituals or something.
No, I want the type of voice that you sing. What?
Like soprano.
Use the
Opera.
soprano.
Soprano.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
soprano.
Okay. What about you,
Jorin.
Jorin?
I'm tenor.
Okay.
Mezzo soprano.
Mezzo soprano.
Yeah,
What's that?
Basically alto.
Oh, basically alto. What's that?
It's in the middle of the soprano and
Oh, you
tenor.
guys are so knowledgeable about music. We just love you for the knowledge that you have about music. So now you did a show for the NAACP here just very recently, didn't
Yes,
you?
back in February, I believe it was.
And I think you got rave reviews, didn't you?
Yes, sir. It was real nice received.
And these girls are on their way to New York, the
Yes.
Opera House, right?
NAAC Centennial Celebration. They were invited to sing on Tuesday for the youth luncheon at the 100th year celebration for the NAACP, which is a great honor.
Phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
Are you girls going to enjoy that?
Yes, very much.
I wished I could be there. Do you need anybody to carry your luggage or anything like that?
We need a little bit of everything. Yes.
Oh, now how, Mr. Ishmael, that
Yes,
you bring
sir.
a point. How do you support the activities that you are carrying on with the
Um,
kids? How do you pay for all of the music and the attire that the kids and the trips and so on and so forth? And the time?
Everything is by donation from the public. Most of it's being carried out of my wife and I's pockets right now with other kids and everything. But there has been different community supporters. Lawrence Moon of Moon's Funeral Home has been one of our big supporters. Alvernus Johnson, Larry Holly, a bunch of others have really stepped up to the plate to say, hey, I see something Flint has something wonderful within it, and they're helping support it. And I am very appreciative. So community is helping in a lot of ways.
How would, if someone wanted to send you a check, where would they send you?
If someone wanted to send a check to say, hey, I believe in these girls, I want to help support, they can send that check to 414 West Ridgeway Avenue, Flint, Michigan, 48505.
I hope that we can get that on the show later on so that the audience can read that
Yes, sir.
on the show.
I'll say it again.
Okay.
414 West Ridgeway Avenue, Flint, Michigan, 48505.
Now, with that, can we have another solo by the girls?
Yes,
I mean, song?
definitely.
Yeah.
African American music is a chronicle of our history in America.
An essential record and a testament of our struggles.
Our triumphs.
Our culture and our faith. The music of the Black church has long been considered the soul food of the African American musical diet.
Not only being good for the soul, but emanating from it as well.
For it is rich in faith.
Full in fervor and seasoned with emotion.
This is a spiritual. We hope you like it. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord.
I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in that great judgment day, my Lord, my Lord.
I'm gonna
Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in that great judgment day, my Lord, my Lord.
Are you ready, my brother?
Are
you ready for the journey?
yes.
Do you want to see your Jesus?
Oh yes, I'm waiting for the chariots 'cause I'm ready to go.
Are you ready now, sister?
Oh yes.
Are you ready for the journey?
Oh yes.
You want to see your Jesus?
Oh yes, I'm waiting for the chariots 'cause I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna ride
Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord.
I'm gonna
Ride in that great judgment day, my Lord, my Lord.
Are you ready, good deacon?
Oh yes.
Are you ready for the journey?
Oh yes.
Do you want to see your Jesus?
Oh yes, I'm waiting for the chariots 'cause I'm ready to go.
Are you ready now, preacher?
Oh yes.
Are you ready for the journey?
Oh yes.
You want to see your Jesus?
Oh yes, I'm waiting for the chariots 'cause I'm ready to go.
Oh, never shall forget that day.
Ride the chariots, ride the chariots.
When all my sins was taken away.
Ride the chariots, ride the chariots.
He snatched my feet from the miry clay.
Ride the chariots, ride the chariots.
My feet were set on a rock to stay.
Ride the chariots, ride the chariots.
I'm gonna ride
Ride the chariots in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariots in the morning, Lord.
I'm gonna
On that great judgment day, my Lord, my Lord. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride.
Swing
down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. Swing around the table, soon in the morning. Swing down low, stop and let me ride. 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 Swing down low, stop and let me ride.
I'm gonna
Ride the chariots in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariots in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariots in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariots to see my Lord.
What a great crescendo. Mr. Ishmael, I am so impressed. Don't do another one. I would probably just jump through the ceiling. But I want to offer you this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to invite you to come to Clio. I'm going to stage something for you, okay?
Wow.
I'm going to go to several of the churches and ask them if they would have your girls come
Yes,
in
sir.
and perform in the church, and they give donations to them
Wow.
to support their efforts.
Thank you
Also,
so
I would
much.
like to offer you the opportunity, and since I'm the president of the Regional Planning Board for that area, I'm going to ask that the girls appear at the amphitheater from one of the shows that we might have there.
Wow.
If
Thank
that's
you.
okay.
Yeah. What do y'all say?
We say, yeah,
Yes.
all right.
Because I think that this is the kind of talent that people are looking for. And what you've done, you've elevated African Americans to the next level with this kind of music.
Wow.
This was our heritage. We no longer do this anymore.
That's
we don't
true.
even know how to do it. So
true.
we, the public, are looking at you girls as very, very unique and wondering whether you're real or not. And with those melodious voices, and you get those high notes and the low notes, and you can sing in harmony and all of that. You're really great entertainers, and you will go far. And by the way,
Yes,
we
sir.
need to, for 12 right now, and I say this, and the hosts need to help us out on this. We need to plan for these girls to appear at Barack Obama's second inaugural.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because I think that he will love that. And we need to get a tape out to him, and then I'll send a letter of encouragement to ask him to take a look at these girls, and I'll get other people who can help, along with the governor and some of the others, to make sure that we send them as far as we can.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Because they will pick up, they will be out on the next threshold, and they will go by themselves.
Yes, sir.
Because they got everything they need right now to really do well.
Thank you.
And I continue. Now, just a little bit about the background of the girls. How do you get the girls up to sing like that? This must take a lot of effort. It must take a lot of time, a lot of practice. When other kids are outdoors playing marbles or playing basketball or running up down the street, this is the time that endorphins are taking girls over, at least some of them.
Yes.
So they get a little rambunctious. So how do you do that?
We do it by discipline, a discipline statement that we adopted. They will demonstrate, and this is, how we operate. Discipline statement.
Discipline is the bedrock of any successful enterprise involving children and youth. For where there is no self-discipline, there will soon be self-destruction.
Obedience is the key to discipline.
And like anything else, discipline and obedience must be taught.
Modeled.
And reinforced.
If it is to be of any lasting consequence, through obedience, children and youth learn the benefits of a personal discipline and are thereby enabled to lead more productive and successful lives.
Thank you. I was just thinking, would you bring the girls to be my guest at the school board meeting so that they can do that discipline thing?
Yes, sir. Just let me know when. Definitely.
Because we have character counts there, and we have a lot of stake in that. And seeing girls the way they do it, with all of their enthusiasm, and seeing it from a different perspective would be welcomed by our audience.
Yes, sir.
We will stay in touch, and I will arrange that for you.
No
But
problem.
there's one thing that we do need to work on, Barack Obama. We need to get the kids. Now, every year, I've gone to every inaugural since 1972 with my mother, and all of the presidents, Republicans and Democrats and all of them.
Wow.
And I've heard individuals sing like this over the years,
Yes, sir.
but I've never heard anything so enthusiastic and vibrant as this. I've heard great music. These are really pros.
That's a high compliment.
That is a very high compliment, and everybody
Wow.
would find them a compliment. You just ask some of the audience that's standing around the room watching this performance tonight, and they will tell you the very same thing that I'm telling you. And I had a script, but I can't go by a script without watching you guys. and not on it at all. But even if things look a little tough, and I know that, as you said, you and your wife are paying for all of this and
Yes, sir.
getting the kids out. And I know that times are tough and the job market is unstable. But understand that many successful opportunities can come from tough situations.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you hang in there. But
Yes, sir.
and you don't fear it
Not at all.
and don't
No.
dread it, but embrace it because you guys will go far. You've got everything it takes to go there. And
Thank you.
so one more question if I can. Okay, thank you. I got plenty of time. How did the kids keep pace with their homework? Now, they must be very smart kids. They have to be smart to learn all of this.
Sometimes when their schedule gets to be a little relaxed, no, I'm talking about like when they have a engagement coming up, we pull them. The school that they go with, they work with us. We pull them out for a few weeks to get them prepared. When they go back, they catch up with all their work, and it's nothing but God because they're not staying up all the night, throughout the night. They just come right back in, right back on track. They was out for the first semester of school, preparing for a numerous of engagements. They went back at the top of year in January, and they got right back in, caught up with the class, and finished out this year all 3 AB honor roll.
It's phenomenal.
It's,
Keep up the good work.
yes, sir.
And one other question, this always comes to me because every one of us has had an incident like this, and that is your kids are talented. I mean, your girls are talented.
Yes, sir.
We should refer to you girls as the peer educators.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will from now on. I will designate you the peer educators. Okay. And I'll tell the audience now, audience, this is the peer educators. Okay. So when you see them on the street, say hello, peer educators. Now, every student who is talented or does something or who sacrifices a lot of time when they could be doing something else, they become great at something. Usually have some adversaries and
Yes.
peer pressure, and they experience negative behaviors and stuff like that coming from other people who might feel a little bit envious. Do you have that?
All the time. Most people don't understand what it takes to make it. So when they see you making it, they, it's like the old crabs in the barrel type mentality, and you just have to go with it, smile, understand. I have to understand that people don't understand. It gets hard for them sometimes because they see the other kids running around playing when they have to practice. But you work now so you can relax later.
Well, and that's a great statement. And I hope that you will continue to work hard at that.
Yes.
Now, give us the address where a person might contact you and send money or.
They can send donations. We are still in need of plane tickets. Everything that it takes to get there. Hotel stay, and we are in Manhattan, so we know the price of Manhattan. They can send donations to 414 West Ridgeway Avenue, Flint, Michigan, 48505. They can send an email to myself at jishmel@gmail.com.
And folks, please remember that email and remember the address and remember a donation. If you can't send a large bill, send a small bill. I know Washington is competing for large bills, but these kids also need it. So please help out here. And we would, you're going to be in New York the 13th and 14th?
The 6th through the 21st. They have the 11th through the 21st. They have the opportunity to possibly be on the Today Show once they're up there, as well as possibly being able to be seen by Nickelodeon
Oh,
while they're up there.
fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. So we're trying to make, as many connections while we're up there in New York, as well. If someone knows someone that would be strongly interested in seeing them while they're up there, please give
Give
me
us
a
the
call. as
address
well.
again.
414 West Ridgeway Avenue, Flint, Michigan, 48505.
Folks, please help this family out and to get to New York and pursue their dreams eagerly because they're that good and we need to support them. And you've had the address and you're going to hit that address one more time before we leave the air. And I hope that you're getting your checkbooks out and collecting your coins now so that you can send that donation in to this family who needs your support. Well, Mr. Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
I love that name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember Moby Dick. I read Moby Dick, of course, with
Okay.
Ahab and Ishmael as foil, and loved the story. And I know the
Yes.
girls have a really phenomenal name. It sounds just like the talent that you have. Hope you will always be proud of it. Well, it's time to close the show. I've appreciated having you girls on.
Thank you.
Mr. Ishmael, and I hope that you will come back again. I hope you enjoy yourselves in New York.
Yes,
I hope
sir.
you will come to Clio and do an arrangement. And in the meantime, I'll be working for you to see if we can get some churches that have the money that will come and share the wealth with you, okay?
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very
At
much.
this time, we must bring the In My Opinion show to close. But first, we want to thank our viewing audiences. This is Henry Hatter saying, until next time, stay focused.